And just like that, Jordan is back. We're going to be talking college football and NFL, catching you up on everything we've missed and everything that we think is going to happen in the future. We got so much to get into. Flag on the Take is finally back, baby. Let's go. Jordan, welcome back, brother. Back from assignment. How you been, man?
Man, it feels good to be back. First and foremost, I miss doing this with you, bro. And I appreciate you holding it down. So before I go into where I've been, I want to give Cole his flowers. Uh, Once again, like I always say, I wouldn't rather do this with anybody else. Cole doesn't complain, man. He's always as if y'all don't know, Cole's usually the script doctor. He's be the one cooking up the fire shows. I'm just the editor, you know. Also the co-host, you know. But we make it work. But nah, I appreciate my bro. He's been putting out quality content while I've been gone. I know we missed Christmas, but Christmas was hectic for both of us. But regardless of that, he works hard, and I just appreciate him. But like he said, I've been on assignment, man. Your boy has achieved premium Unk status now. I have officially graduated.
Hell yeah, let's
Woo!
go,
But
baby.
yeah, graduated from Towson for those who don't know. And just been on, just been on the next wave of life, just trying to figure out what's the next move for Unk. So I appreciate my boy holding it down. But what we got, bro? Let's get into it.
Dude, let's get into it. And congratulations on your graduation, dude. I know I've already told you this multiple times, but just wanted to say it on the air, man. That's not just some slouch pushover like thing that happened. You should be really proud of yourself, dude. That's awesome. For
I
those
am,
who
bro.
don't
I
know how
appreciate you.
hard of a worker Jordan is, man, the hours and hours of, I don't want to say blood, but the sweat and tears that have gone into this degree been absurd. It is
And now it's
beyond
been a
well
little bit of
earned.
blood, man. Paper cuts like crazy.
But no, this is beyond well deserved. So I'm extremely happy for you, Unc. But yeah, let's get
I
into it.
appreciate
So
it, man.
while you've been out, changing your life and shit and doing better things in the world, college football playoffs, college football bowl season, all this stuff has been going on. And do you want to start with the good or the bad?
We can start with the bad. Let's start with the bad first.
Oh, let's get into this worthless time known as bowl season. And it's so sad because when we were kids, dude, bowls were like a big deal. Like, you went to a bowl game, it was like, whoa, they
Yeah,
won their bowl game. Like,
yeah.
you win your bowl game and you're like popping champagne like back when we were kids. And nowadays, like, you got people like your boy Cam Ward only playing half the game, which I'm not clowning on him for. But if you told me when I was like 10 years old in a bowl game that a guy was only going to play half the game, I would have told you you're nuts.
Now, were they up? That would be my only gripe.
No, they ended up losing that game.
Okay. So they weren't up at half before he left, right?
I don't remember the exact halftime score, but they needed
Oh,
him, and he
yeah.
and he was like, "Nah."
Yeah. I see why people have some gripes with it.
It just looks really bad because he set his record and then was like, "I'm done."
Yeah. I would have said just sit out, and people wouldn't have been questioning it. If you just sat out the bowl game, nobody would have had any big deal with it. But the fact that you at least played and then set your own record and then left, that calls into question your camaraderie. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to question you as far as how you are as a teammate.
Oh yeah, it's been very loud on the internet about Cam Ward, which I mean I don't blame him because like it's like a meaningless bowl game, especially when they had CFP like aspirations. But I, it's a bad look, especially after you set your record and at the half you're just like, yeah, coach, I'm good, and then you're
Yeah.
watching your guys down to the last minute
Still fight.
like could really use you to go down the field and win the game, and you just chilling on the sideline, holding your little shoulder pads with your
Yeah.
hands
They
type
win that
thing.
game easily. He plays that whole game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but that was the Pop Tarts Bowl. That game actually got a lot of praise, which most bowl games do not get because Pop Tarts did it correctly.
Hmm.
They changed the sideline, the end zones were cool. You got the edible mascots. Like they put on a
Yep.
huge presentation. And if bowl games like that, I'm totally cool with because I'm not saying do away with all bowl games, but I don't think every 6-6 team should get a bowl game. I think you should have to win at least 8 games,
Yeah.
maybe 7 with the new CFP.
I agree. I think 7 is where you should cut it off at. I don't think you should be 6 wins getting into a bowl game. But that's just me. I can understand as far as conferences is concerned where that might get you into a bowl game. So I guess you can't complain too much, but still, I'm with you on
But
that.
I would rather play in a bowl game that means something than play in a bowl game that means nothing. Like,
Yeah.
ESPN analyst. Well, I don't know if he's an analyst, but he's a host on a couple shows. Ryan McGee got a really thick Southern accent.
If I saw him, I probably know who you're talking about. But then, like, just
Man, they had him on commentary for one of these bowls, and it's just like, not saying he took the legitness out of it, but it's just
mhm.
like, people get on guys for not wanting to play in bowl games, and I can just hear him in his southern accent going, "What do you mean you don't want to lay it on the line for Scooter's Frisco Coffee Bowl?"
Oh gosh.
Like, why do we have to? I think it doesn't help that they put brand names, like they're selling the names of these games,
Yeah,
like the Sugar Bowl, the Peach Bowl, the Rose Bowl. Like,
yeah.
those sound good, but the Scooters Frisco Coffee Bowl just doesn't do it for me. What do
Hey,
you mean you don't want to break your vertebrae and lose your draft stock for the Scooters Frisco Coffee Bowl? Like, it's so pointless.
oh man, the Starbucks refresher.
That's what I'm
Jamboree Bowl.
saying, bro. Like, you don't want to break your leg for the Target Bullseye Bowl?
The
Like,
Snoop
what?
Dogg Bowl. Wait, that's the actual thing. I'm
That's a
tripping.
real thing.
Wait.
You don't want to get paralyzed for the Snoop Dogg Bowl? What
Yo,
are we
you think
doing?
you think Snoop actually shows up to his own bowl game?
Oh, 100%, dude. He might be the head ref
Oh
for
no, he
that
was there. He
game.
was there. He was there. Yeah, he was there. In the box. He
Oh,
was in the box.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't be shocked if he was like the head ref of that
Oh,
game.
there is two games I wanted to get into real quick.
Are
I
they
think
bowl
the first
games?
one. Yeah, they are.
Okay, let's hear it.
First one, Navy.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to
Shout
Navy for
out
taking
Navy,
down
yes sir.
OSU. Or sorry, OU.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is they were down big in that game, and they came back and they held them off at the last second. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I had saw a little bit of it. Who's the running back? He had him. No, it was the quarterback. This is the guy. I keep saying he's an athlete, bro. Had himself a
Oh,
game.
yeah, what's his name? Oh god, I
Oh my
literally just
gosh,
remembered
Blake
his name.
something.
Yeah, Blake Horvath.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the dude who's an attack helicopter pilot.
Yeah, didn't he have a long touchdown, like 80 yards or something like that?
Yeah, he had some.
If I
I think it
remember
was like,
correctly.
yeah, it was something crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, Navy crushed it in their bowl game. I loved it.
yeah, yeah. And then second one, I'm only talking about this because we always talk about them. As far as Colorado, man.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
well, I know we haven't gotten a chance to really talk about the Travis Hunter stuff, so we'll get into that a little bit. But
Oh yeah.
Travis Hunter had an okay game. By his standards, it was an okay game. He still had 100 yards receiving with a tud. But BYU ran all over Colorado. We already know they don't really have a run defense. And they were getting bottled up. Shador threw 2 picks. Just wasn't. Oh, excuse me. Just wasn't a good outing. And I was a little rough to watch. But watching Dion walk his boys out was pretty cool.
Yeah, for the last
if I do
time.
say so myself. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But as far as the Travis Hunter stuff is concerned, I know we got some stuff to talk about, so I don't want to get into it too heavy. But what's your take on it? Because we haven't got a chance to talk about it.
What about him winning the Heisman?
Yeah, but also what followed.
Ah, I was hoping we weren't bringing this up. I mean, I feel like my stance is a pretty popular one. I
Okay.
mean, we can't make him make his own decisions, you know? I mean, if he wants to go through with marrying her, and I mean, I always believed the phrase you can't make a hoe a housewife, but hey, maybe he can.
So my question to you is: Have you seen all the
Oh
evidence?
yeah.
Yeah.
How could you not? It's everywhere.
So for those who don't know what we're talking about, Travis Hunter, and I hate to bring this to light because I feel bad for her and him, but it's
I feel
something I
bad for
feel like
him,
we gotta
not
talk
her.
about. I feel a little bad for her because I'm
I
gonna
don't.
explain my stance. I'm gonna explain my stance. So for those who don't know, Travis has a fiance, and for anybody who loves sports knows that it's controversial when a black athlete, and Cole can attest to this because everybody always talks about when a black athlete has a significant other that is, of another ethnicity. People like to always talk about it. It's always a big topic of controversy, and I feel like that this is where that stems from. But it also comes from her own action, bro. So for y'all who don't know, recently got leaked that his what's her name, Leanna, something like that.
I don't even know her name, to be
That
honest with
it's
you.
it's like Leanna. That his fiance was out at a party while my boy was sitting in the car, and while she was
Ugh.
at this party, she was getting her. her.
They were
Yo,
playing. They were playing Operation, but from
yeah,
somewhere else.
basically, there was a picture that got floated from her getting grabbed from behind, and the guy was not Travis. That's all I got to say. Also, funny story. Did you know that guy's making shirts now
No,
using that picture?
I
He's,
did not know
he's making
that.
merch using that picture.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
feel so bad, bro. So she got her cheeks grabbed, and she also got caught twerking on other people. And there's some
That
other
was like
stuff
a
that we could go
minimum too.
into, but just for the sake of time, I'm gonna just get on my stance real quick, and then we can move on. Um, my stance on it, I don't know what to make of it. Only because I don't know the relationship. All I know is the memes about her using his money to buy him a truck.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know if she makes money. I don't know what she does on her own, other than that she's an influencer. So I'm assuming that she makes some sort of money, though not as much as him, based off of NILs and all that sort of thing. So I'm assuming that she does have her own money in some way. Um, but she know again, he's going to be a top 5 pick. So I can see why people are saying that she's just using him, this, that, and the other. Uh, Cole always knows. I always like to give the benefit of the doubt. He's usually the one, depending on what the person's done to, nah. And I can understand where he's coming from.
Oh, it's
Uh,
coming.
I try to see both sides always. So I'm gonna say I feel sorry for both of them. I hope it gets resolved.
Mm.
Uh, whether that be them splitting up and just, going their separate ways, which might be the best for both of their mental health, or working it out together if they really do love each other like they say they do. But otherwise, I feel bad for Travis, man. I do.
I feel bad for
I
him, and
do.
I feel like this is a spot for Dion to really like. He always talks about being a father to Travis. This is a spot for Dion to actually live up to that because
Yeah.
I get it. I see where Travis is coming from. He loves her, and you can't help who you love. I get that, but bro, you're only in college. Like you're not
Yeah.
even. Well, he's probably a millionaire now, but he's about to make significantly more millions.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't help that this is like his first serious girlfriend. Like he's had a
yeah,
girlfriend, but it wasn't like now. Like
and,
I'm gonna marry this girl.
and she's like already acting like this, and you're
Yeah.
only fiancés at this point, and you're about to make way more money than you already have.
Hmm.
So if we think it's bad now, think it's bad now. Wait till he inks that rookie contract. Could potentially be the first overall pick contract, which is almost
Yeah.
$40 million.
Oh, he's top 5 for sure. I wouldn't be surprised at one.
I think number one is 40 mil though.
Yeah.
Anyways, once he inks 40 million, how's she gonna act? And once he puts a ring on her finger, she gets half of it, unless he for some reason finally gets smart and makes her sign a prenup, which I doubt it with the
Yeah.
way
He
he's
better.
acting.
He freaking
But
better.
I don't think he's going to be honest. And I feel bad for him because he's just so blinded by love. But I mean, it is just so blatantly obvious.
We
And
all
I
been
don't
there
feel
though.
bad for her
Yeah.
because she did it to herself. Gee, I don't know. Maybe don't cheat on your fiance. Maybe don't get your cheeks clapped at a party while he's waiting in a car. Like I don't know. It's not that hard.
Yo, nah, that was funny. Nah, for real.
I'm just saying, it's not
Yeah.
that hard.
Yo, I think it's very telling that she was like, he wasn't my type. Um, if anybody's seen it, they did like a little. I don't know if it was on their YouTube or something, but I've seen the clip of it. She was talking about how. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that she was saying she wasn't her type. How she left him in her DMs for months before finally answering
And then
him.
he became a millionaire. And oh
Yeah.
hey Travis.
So,
Yeah,
well,
screw that.
my thing is, technically, he wasn't only because he was definitely a popular. She probably saw the vision though, because this was
Oh
when they
yeah.
were what, like 17,
I don't know how
16,
long they've been
17.
together.
They've been together for 5 years, according to the both of them.
If they've been
Travis
together
like
5 years, then yeah,
22, so yeah,
he was already the number one player in the country.
yeah, so like 17, 18. So yeah, she caught him at the right moment.
I have no
So
sympathy for her. Maybe I
yeah,
mean it's not that hard to be loyal to your spouse. And
no,
also the thing that really drives me up a tree is that the Heisman ceremony, she was the last person to stand up in the standing O.
yeah, I saw that.
If that
I
was my significant other, dude, you best believe I'd be standing on top of 2 chairs
Well,
clapping.
Haley would do a backflip, and we all know she can't,
That's
but
what
she
I'm
would that
saying.
day.
Like I would stand on my head like Amon Ra doing claps. Like it'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, for sure.
And she was the last one to stand up. Like, God, it drives me nuts. But not my life, not my relationship, not my money. I just hope Travis wises up and does the right thing for
Yeah.
himself. But if he doesn't, as long as he's happy.
I was still thinking about what you said. All right, we gotta move on. any more any more bowl games you wanted to cover?
I just wanted to say about how Shador wore New York Giants cleats and then proceeded to play like a New
Oh,
York
did
Giants
he?
quarterback.
Did he?
Yeah. And then the
Oof.
Giants won, so now they can't even draft him. But we'll get into that down the road.
Yeah. So who's number one right now?
That would be
Oh,
the New England Patriots.
and they don't need a quarterback, so they might still get a chance. The Giants could still draft him.
No, the
There's no way
Giants
they
are
take a quarterback.
sixth.
Ooh. They lost and dropped to sixth.
We're gonna have to save this for the NFL part, but there are
Oh,
so
he's a
many bad teams
Raider,
this year.
bro. He's a
All I'm gonna
Raider.
No, all I'm gonna say is this: last year, the second overall pick had 4 wins. 4 wins gets you the 10th overall pick this year.
Yeah, Jags. I'm thinking off the top of my. We'll get into it.
The
Jag.
Raiders are the 8th pick, by the way, so he's not a
What the
Raider either.
hell? Jags, Raiders, Patriots, Giants.
The Titans
Or
are the 2 pick, and
I
then the
forgot about
Browns are the
Titans.
3 pick.
He might go Tennessee. They're bad. Unless he
I
pulls
think New England's
Eli or
trading
something.
out.
Yeah, I don't think he'll go. I think him and Dion will force their way out of Tennessee if that's looking like the likely destination.
We'll get into this because I got plenty more to say, but we'll move on to the college football playoffs. And I was dumbfounded by how big the spreads were in all of these games. I was like, oh, all the dogs are going to cover. Well, no, I had Texas covering,
Hmm.
but I had every other dog covering, not winning, but covering.
Hmm.
They got smacked.
Yeah,
Bad. They
yeah.
got hit with the left hand, the right hand, the pimp hand, the
Yeah.
backhand, all of them.
Out
It
of
was
all of them,
terrible.
I had hopes for SMU. They disappointed me bad.
Really? You had SMU covering?
Yeah, I didn't think they
I
were going to
didn't.
smack like that. I didn't know Penn State. I like again. I've only watched a couple Penn State games. I didn't know they were really like that this year.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're like that, but it was the early slate at home, whiteout. It was a game with very little pressure. That was a James
Yeah,
Franklin like spot
yeah, it
to
was
really
because
hang one.
Drew Allard didn't really wow you. They just did what they had to do.
I can't believe Drew Aller's going back.
Is he?
Yeah.
What's the point?
He's going back for his senior year.
I mean, he wouldn't be a first rounder, but he would definitely get drafted if he went out this year.
I thought he would have been a 2 personally, depending on how
I
deep.
see him 2 or 3, depending, like you said.
Yeah, especially in this week of a class, like
Yeah.
a team definitely would have reached for him.
Because after, I don't even know if there's a top 3. Honestly,
There's only a top 2.
it falls off so drastically after Shador and Cam Ward for me. It's not even funny.
It was supposed to be the big 3 of Shador, Cam Ward, and Quinn Ewers, but Quinn Ewers
Yeah,
just
I'm
played
not
like
putting.
absolute
Yeah,
crap.
I told you I'm not a Ewers fan, bro. I'd never put him in there.
There's
Uh,
rumors he might come back for another year.
Honestly, if he wants to save his draft stock, I would, because I don't think he'll be a first. That's just
It
me though.
depends on how well he plays in the playoffs,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
if he takes him to quarterfinal or something like that, I could see it maybe.
And I think the third quarterback off the board is going to be Jalen Milroe.
I could see that just based off of his talent alone. I think
And
so.
you want to know where I think he's going?
Where do you think he's going?
Yinsburg.
Really? I've seen that. I don't know. I don't know if we would trade up because I
You
don't
wouldn't
think
have to.
you think
You guys are
Cam's
going to
going
reach for
top
him.
10. Ward's going top 10, right?
Ward's going top 3.
You think Ward's going top 3? Do you think he goes over Shador? You think him and Shador go
No.
in the first 5?
Well, let me rephrase. It depends on who's on the clock. If there's a big market up there, then no. But if it's a small market team like Tennessee, then I think they'll take Cam Ward.
I can see that. And I don't think Ward would have a prep. I mean, he probably has like a personal preference, but he's not like
He's not gonna
Shador in
hold
the
out.
sense of, yeah, that's what I mean. Um,
But
yeah, I can see that.
I think Pittsburgh's going to reach for Jalen Milroe somewhere in the 20s.
Just because we play Lamar twice a year.
Well, not even. I think you guys will re-sign Russ for another year. Let Milroe learn behind him, and then it's
That doesn't
Milroe's.
make sense to me. I'd rather have Justin Fields if we're gonna get Milroe, bro. Because
Nah, Fields is gone for a fact.
It doesn't make sense to me. I've seen the let Jay Fields walk and sign Russ talk from a couple of different sources, and that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. First off, Russ has fallen off a cliff the last couple weeks, and I know it's
Which we'll
also
get
because
into.
George has been gone. But
We'll get into that.
yeah, nah, bro.
But all
I'm
right,
good.
let's move on to the next round of the college football playoff because we're already itching at the bit to get to the NFL. So let's just cover
Yeah. We've been talking about it already. Let's get into
it.
it.
So tonight, well, at the time of recording, at the time of this being released, Penn State will have already played Boise State, and
7:30
I
p.m.
am so excited for this game tonight.
Me and Papa Lewis were talking about it earlier, man. That's a game that we're
Papa
excited
Lewis,
about.
what a dog. What an absolute dog.
That's what we were talking about earlier. We're very excited for that game. I would like Boise to win because I've been following Genty this whole time. Also, he's only what? How many yards is it, bro? Like 160 away from Barry's record?
I think so.
Yeah, I would
Something
like
like
him to hit
that.
that. It'd be nice.
I
Do
want
I
to go
think
on
he's
the
gonna get
record.
160 on that defense? No, but it would be nice.
I want to go on the record.
Okay. Uh oh.
If Genty breaks the record tonight
Hand on
and
my flag.
If Genty breaks the record and Boise State upsets Penn State tonight, Genty is a top 15 lock for the draft.
Flag has been rescinded. I agree.
Now, if he only puts up 40 yards on like 20 carries or something minuscule, like a game that's not his standards, I think he could fall out of the first round.
I'm gonna throw a flag on that only because of what he's done so far.
It's
Even
not
if,
it's not what I want. It's just I know how the NFL is and I know how they treat
yeah,
running backs and I know how they treat small schools. So, if he's been playing small schools all year besides Oregon, which he did really well against Oregon, I will give him that. But if he goes out on a big stage against a big team and lays an egg on national television, scouts will hold it against him. And the fact he's already a running back, they're going to be he's already on an uphill climb.
yeah,
So they will hold it against him and he will
yeah,
probably fall out.
because their division other than UNLV was garbage,
Yeah.
or their conference. I mean, yeah, and like you said, the only real comp they played other than UNLV was probably Oregon.
And like I said, I don't want that. I
Mistaken.
think Ashton Genty should be a first round pick.
Yeah,
I've seen this movie a million times. Look
yeah,
at Derrick Henry.
yeah. He went
Dude won
second,
the
right?
he won the Heisman and he was a
Yeah,
second round pick. Like what the hell?
yeah. I
So,
think the time of running back. Okay, hear me out. I don't think that's going to happen. Only because, and I'm not saying that he's Saquon or one of these generational backs that we've seen in the last years, but I'm saying we've seen the resurgence of running backs, especially this year, especially because other than Joe Burrow out and Lamar, I wouldn't call this a quarterback year. I mean, those two and Josh Allen, of course, have been the outliers, but also those have been top quarterbacks. So of course they're still going to put up a couple of numbers. I wouldn't call this a quarterback year. I feel like this has definitely been a running back type of year. I feel like the teams who have been the top running teams in the league have been at the top. And in turn, since the NFL is shifting that way, I feel like that's going to work in his favor when it comes to the draft.
I hope it does cuz he definitely should be a first round pick. I just am worried that something's going to happen and he's going to not be for some stupid reason.
As long, and Lord forbid, I'm knocking on wood, as it's not an
Oh,
injury, he will be fine.
yeah. God, if he has a leg injury, that oh
Yeah,
god.
knock on wood twice. Cause
Oh my
yeah,
god. Yeah, I'm hoping Boise, especially because they got the 3 seed and that was very controversial because they were the conference champion from the
hmm
group of four.
hmm
So so I really want Boise to put on a good show tonight because if Boise gets absolutely smacked by Penn State, oh my god, the internet is going to be in an uproar. How
yeah.
the hell did Boise State get the 3 seed?
And
Like,
people are gonna be like,
oh
"This is why he
lord.
wasn't Heisman, because he was playing no comp." Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
An
okay,
SEC team would have won that game. I can already
yeah,
hear it.
yeah,
So I'm rooting for Boise tonight.
I am too.
Obviously, I'm happy with either of them winning because they're not like one of the typical powerhouses.
hmm
But I'm rooting for Boise to at least cover.
I think all the powerhouses are gone now, right?
No, you still got Oregon and Ohio State. That game's gonna be awesome. That we're
I'm
gonna
not
get
counting them
into.
only because they haven't won one in the past couple of years. It's
Do you
usually like
count Georgia
Clemson.
as one since Carson Beck's done? Because I don't know what they have in
Mm,
Gunnar Stockton. I don't know how good
no,
that
because
guy
I
is.
wasn't a fan even when they had Beck.
Okay, well then if that's the case, if you're not counting Oregon or Ohio State or
I mean, I
Texas,
have to count Georgia only because of what they've done the past couple of years. But I'm gonna be real, I'm writing them off.
yeah, with Carson Beck out, that I'm not saying Carson Beck was this hero, like this
But he's
amazing
better than what they
quarterback.
have. Yeah,
He was serviceable,
yeah.
absolutely. So I think Notre Dame's probably going to win that game because I don't think Gunnar Stockton in his first career start is going to do well in the All-State Sugar Bowl.
No.
But Penn State, Boise State, Penn State's 12.5 point favorites. So I just want Boise to cover.
You know Georgia's -1.
Yeah, that's a pick'em game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Texas is 12.5 over Arizona State. I think
hmm
Texas is going to cover that.
I think Texas might kill them. That's just me though.
That's what I'm saying. Like Arizona State was a very nice story. about how they were projected only 3 wins and to win the Big 12, but
Yeah.
Texas, they don't have the beef to compete with Texas. If they shut down Scattaboo, the running back, Arizona State is
How do you feel
cooked.
about him?
Scattaboo?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's a senior, so I'm assuming he's about 23, 24.
His age will determine my answer. Okay, ESPN, thanks for not putting his age on there.
I was looking at the same thing.
Scattaboo. Oh, I didn't even spell it. Oh, he's 22. Oh, he's a dog, dude. I'm not saying he's going to the league this year. Well, he's a senior actually. So
He
yeah,
has to go. He's going to go.
he's going to be a late round pick, and he's going to be one of those running backs who fell to the 4th or 5th round, and then they're going to be like a bowling ball of butcher knives in the
I don't see
NFL
him as like a
preseason.
feature, though.
Oh,
I
dude.
think I'd put him in the Will Shipley category.
No, you know who he reminds me of? You know who
Who?
I think he's going to be in the NFL?
Peyton Hillis.
No, Jalen Warren.
Really? I don't think
Of
he's as explosive as Jalen, but I see why you say it.
Well,
The
just
bowling
like
ball.
it feels like an undersized guy. Like, I know he's 215 pounds, so he's like very stocky, but he's not like a huge intimidator when you think of a power back. Like, you think of
Mhm.
like Derrick Henry, like Garrett Blunt, like guys like that are
Mhm.
like 6'5", 250 plus pounds.
Mhm.
And he plays like that. So I can see him being like a Jalen Warren, not like a.
But
I
like
don't
a
think
spark plug in the offense.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be a spark plug. And I don't think he's gonna go undrafted, but he's gonna be a late round pick who is barely gonna make the roster, and then he's gonna ball out in the preseason, and then he's gonna start stealing carries from whoever's ahead of him.
Hmm.
And then next thing you know, you're gonna be thinking about picking him up in fantasy in week 12. I can totally see that for that
I can see
guy.
him as like a late bloomer where he's not getting much carries. Yeah, it depends on where he goes too, though.
Yeah. But he's the only shot Arizona State has. And even
Yeah.
then, I think if Quinn Ewers just plays a C plus game, I think they win
Yeah,
by a lot.
that roster's crazy for Texas.
Oh my god, that game's at 1 o'clock for a reason. I'll put it
Yeah.
that way. They're trying to protect themselves in case that game's a blowout.
Yep.
All right, the only one we haven't talked yet is the crown jewel of the whole round. Ohio State and Oregon. Ohio State is favored, despite Oregon being the number 1 team in the country that's actually undefeated.
I
And
got Oregon.
somehow, I have Oregon too, but I don't
Yeah.
understand. What does Vegas know that I don't? Where they're favoring a team that's playing the undefeated number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, at 2.5
What does
at
Vegas
that.
know? Yeah, what does Vegas know that I don't?
I would at least have made it a pick 'em if you were going to go this route.
I know
just
it's
don't see
neutral
them.
site, so I know that plays a big factor, and Ohio State almost beat them in Oregon, so maybe that has to do with it.
Mm.
And plus, Ohio State's clicking on all cylinders right now, besides the Michigan game.
Do you
But
feel like this is a championship preview? And when I say preview, I just mean whichever one of these teams wins is like the natty favorite, or no?
Yeah,
You
without
think so?
a doubt, this could be the championship game, low key, because Oregon and Ohio State both, I think.
So
beat
you think it might be a
Texas.
preview anyway?
Yeah, and I think Penn State, Boise State, Notre Dame, and Georgia all lose to both of those teams.
I think Penn State and probably Texas have the best chance as far as beating one.
Penn State definitely doesn't, because James Franklin in a big game shrivels up.
Let's see what he does this year. Let's see.
And
I like Penn State. I like Penn State.
You know Penn
I would
State
just-
can't beat Ohio State.
I know. I'm trying to have hope though.
Me too, but I don't see it.
It's a different team, man.
unfortunately.
Different year. Different Ohio State for sure.
Yeah. I mean, their team is so stacked, but they're so limited by Will Howard. It's actually comical how limited.
I don't understand, and me and you've had this conversation before. I don't understand how you could be a blue collar top school like that and just be okay with your quarterback being mediocre instead of getting one of these transfers that goes to these smaller schools and kills it, who's probably definitely way better than Will Howard.
Can you imagine if they kept Kyle McCord, how good this team would be?
I'm saying, bro.
Like
Like,
Kyle
go get
McCord
you a
led the,
5-star. Go get you somebody else. Why do you want little Will Howard? Why?
McCord led the league, or not the league, but led the country in passing yards this year.
We still thinking about the NFL, I see.
Yeah, I know. Dude, so much crap has happened in that league, man. It's honestly insane how much crap
Yeah.
happened. But I really do think Oregon or Ohio State, You know, Oregon was my preseason pick to win it all. So,
Oh, speaking of, I know this is a little off topic, but at the same time, it's not because it's still college football. I want to say congratulations, my boy.
oh, for getting Bill.
Yeah. We texted about it. We ain't really get into it. Congrats, my boy.
Oh, dude, I took a massive victory lap. I took like 3 or 4 victory laps on
How
that
you
hire.
feeling about it?
It didn't feel real. It low key still doesn't feel real, to be honest
Yeah,
with you. Like,
yeah.
I've spent my entire life hating and cussing this guy out, and now he
The
coaches
savior.
my college
He's the
football
savior
team.
of the
He's the
franchise.
savior. He's got Mike Lombardi as the GM, who was, I don't know if he was the GM, but he was definitely in that front office for the first dynasty. So he knows a thing or two about building a team, which is really good because Bill needed a money guy. And then he hired his dipshit son to be the defensive coordinator. So we'll see how that goes.
The one with the mullet, the nasty looking mullet.
Yeah.
Uh,
How was Washington's defense this year?
I don't know.
Because he was a defensive coordinator at the University of Washington this year.
Oh, I don't know. Oh my gosh. You know what I meant to tell you though, bro? You know Matt Canada got hired by Pitt
By Pitt?
as their
Are you
offensive
serious?
coordinator. I'm so serious, bro.
You can't be
I'm not joking.
serious.
I just checked on this yesterday because I was thinking about Matt Canada and I was like, let me see something.
Dude, they share a
Brother,
building. How would they be
brother,
dumb enough to do that?
brother. Matt Canada has been hired by Pitt as an offensive coordinator. I could not believe my
Oh,
eyes. Could not believe my eyes, bro.
I'm not
Bro.
seeing anything on it.
I literally hold up because he just got fired. Where was the team? He was just at a college. Ended up going to.
Wait, is he at the University of Maryland?
He was. Is he still there? I thought I saw something at Pitt.
Oh no,
Oh,
this
he
is
was just at Pitt. I think. Hold up. Sorry,
maybe he
2016.
maybe he was at Maryland before.
Possibly one stint Pitt. Oh yeah. Okay. No. Moving.
I
It
was
was
about
an
to
old.
say I did not
Yeah, it
hear
was an
about
old
that.
thing, bruh. I saw that. I was like, yo, there's no way. He still doesn't have a job, ladies and gents.
Not saying I
I'm
am
not saying I
happy
want
about
him
a
to.
guy
Nah.
being unemployed, but
I just
good.
don't want him on my team.
Oh my god,
I'm
I would
not
have
saying
actually
that,
lost it.
that Arthur Smith is too much better. I mean, he's better, but not by much.
We will get into that,
Yeah.
but I think Oregon or Ohio State is going to win the Natty. I'm a stand by Oregon.
I'm going with one of my dark horses. I'm going Texas or I'm going Boise State or nothing.
I would love for one of those underdogs to win it. I
Yeah.
just don't
I'm
see it
going with
happening.
them. I'm going with them. Like I said, yeah, again, wouldn't be surprised if the big dogs won because that's usually what happens, but I'm going to go with my underdogs.
Man, I hope one of the underdogs
If
wins.
Boise wins today, I'm definitely rocking with them the whole way.
Dude, that game's going to be so good. I'm so excited for
hmm
that. But all right. I think it's time we jump to the league.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Where do we even start?
We can start with news because I got some, which you've probably seen.
Go for it.
Did you see DeSean Jackson got hired by Dell State?
Oh yeah, did you see Mike Vick
Yeah,
got hired by Norfolk State?
I saw that too.
We got to go to a Dell State game.
Yeah,
They're
definitely. I
they're
haven't
right
been.
down the road.
Yeah, I haven't been to a Dell State game. You should definitely go to a Dell State game.
Yeah, I've never been either. I've
Yeah,
drove
they're
past
both
the stadium a
HBCUs
million
now, right?
times. Yeah, they both are.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think that's cool. I as far as D-Jack, I don't think has he had any coaching experience that you can think of?
That would be a negative.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm pretty sure Vick has had some that I can remember off the top of my head. I think
I also don't think he's had any
nothing.
experience.
It's didn't he do like high school or something?
You're thinking of Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, black quarterback.
Bro
They
said
all
same
do.
thing.
I was about to, bro. I'm so glad you stopped me when I tell you I was about to say something so crazy. Whole video demonetized. Thank you for stopping me, bro. Moving
Oh
on,
no.
but yeah, shout out to those two.
Yeah,
They killed in Philly. They were so fun to watch.
I told Haley, I said, holy shit, DeSean Jackson got hired by Dell State. She said, who's that? I said, oh,
No,
you gotta remember, she got into football like
well,
2019.
she should know DeSean Jackson. Oh, that
Man, he
hurt me.
was he wasn't good when she got into football.
Oh, that hurt me.
I
Hurt my
said
soul.
anyone who was a fan of the early 2010s knows exactly who DeSean Jackson
Hizzy,
is.
whenever you hear this, I still love you. I ain't gonna judge you too much. It's all good.
Oh my god. But yeah, so we got to go to a Dell State game. That would be sick to
Most
see
definitely.
him. I think this is just and I don't mean to like talk bad about HBCUs, but I definitely think Michael Vick and DeSean Jackson both are using these as stepping stones to get to D1.
I don't think that's a bad thing because Dion did it, and look what happened with Jackson State. I think it's a good thing in the long run.
Well, yeah, but
Like
I
I
think it
know
would have.
they ended on bad terms, but I mean as far as like exposure, because Jackson State was getting televised, dog. There was no way
Oh
for them
yeah.
to get televised beforehand. I think it's good for as far as awareness to these colleges, but I think you're completely right.
Oh, I just didn't want to say it, and then like people online take it as like,
No,
oh,
I don't think that's a crazy thing. Look at Dion.
of course, the white guys talking down on the
Nah,
HBCU. I
I
can
don't think
see
that's
it.
crazy to say that because like it's not like you said anything bad. They're gonna be there. Uh, Depending on how they do, they might get another opportunity. And of course, they're gonna jump at it because there's only so much. And let's be real, people. There's only so much that the HBCUs can pay them, which is also why Dion left Jackson State.
And not only that, but it's so hard to recruit like talented guys there too, because
Yeah,
guys who are good want to go to a D1 school.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, the HBCUs can definitely pull 4 or 5 stars because it's happened before. But if you have a coach who's been to the league, not saying that they're going to be great coaches because who knows, this is their first coaching opportunity from what we can tell. But if you've been there, done that, people, I'm assuming, are going to listen to you a little bit more. And again, it's going to be good as
I
far as
think
recruitment.
I honestly think they're all gonna follow like Dion's path, where Michael Vick's gonna land some 5-star quarterback, and then they're gonna go transfer to some D1 school, and then DeSean Jackson's gonna turn Dell State into wide receiver U, and then
Hmm.
transfer to another school.
Hmm.
So shout
Top
out to him.
14-year-old out of Florida comes to Dell State.
We would have to go then.
This kid's 14 and starting. He's not even 3 years out of high school. Yes, he is.
He built like it. But yeah, man, do you want to get into the upper echelon of the NFL or the tankathon of the NFL?
Let's go take a thought first, and then we'll get into the good stuff.
Dude, what is going on with the teams this year?
I think the worst good team, and when I say that, I mean as in like, well, worst bad team that should be good. I think I worded that. That should be better. Is the Bears.
Okay, yeah, I'm picking up what you're laying down now. Yeah, I can, but we knew with their coach they weren't going anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna. I thought they were gonna win more than 4 games.
I mean, I thought the Jets were going to win more than 4 games, but that's what
Yeah,
happens when you fire your coach or have a crappy one.
yeah.
I just,
So take me through the standings as now. So Giants have played themselves out of first, which is awful. Oh my gosh.
yep.
So it's who right now?
So right now it's the New England Patriots,
Okay.
and the second pick is the Tennessee Titans, which, by the way, I'm seeing I don't know how to say his first name, so I'm just going to say his last name. I'm seeing a lot of McMillan to the Titans.
Tatario?
The receiver from Arizona?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tatarion or Tatario. Yeah.
I'm seeing a
He's
lot of him to the Titans.
I wouldn't take him like don't get me wrong. He's him or Luther are probably the best receivers in the class. I could see them going top
He's
10.
not that good.
I don't again, hold up. I think he is. Arizona State just sucks. Or Arizona just sucks, I mean.
Yeah.
Arizona was awful, bro. He was still putting up numbers. They just suck. Um do I
Yeah,
think
but
I don't okay. He's definitely a first round talent.
yeah,
I think he's
without
top
a doubt.
15. I put him
Yeah.
in like the Drake London category where like he's very, very, very talented. I don't think he's generational, which is why I wouldn't see him going top 5. I don't think he should go top 5. And I'm a
Not only
fan.
that, but you got to think he's going to be catching footballs from either Bill Levis or Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. And look how long again, Drake London was a dog coming in. But look who his quarterbacks have been.
Right. The Titans have a lot of holes. I don't know if, especially because they just paid Calvin Ridley too. I don't know if McMillan solves all your problems here.
He doesn't. You're not a talented roster. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Other than you're
Like,
well coached on defense. You still don't even have that much talent on defense other than freaking Jeffrey Simmons.
yeah. Well, they got L'Jarius Sneed they signed in the offseason, but
But hasn't he
he
even
can only
hurt
do
or
so
something? I
much.
don't even know if he's
Yeah,
been
he
doing
can only do
anything.
so much.
Yeah.
And like, I get the Patriots taking Travis Hunter at 1 because they already have the quarterback. Because Drake May has been phenomenal. Shout out my UNC guy. So they have the luxury of taking the best player available. Whereas Titans, they've benched Levis a couple times.
Hmm.
So hello.
Hey, brother, I'm looking at the at the Tankathon, there's one that we have not talked about that I didn't think about.
Who?
Cleveland.
I was literally about to bring that up.
They're at 3.
Yep. I was literally about to move on to that. Yep. Cleveland is the third pick.
Mm,
They're not taking a quarterback. I know the
mm.
mocks say they are, and I know that they should. I know that I'm saying they should. I'm saying they won't.
Did
Saying
they cut
both those
Deshaun this
things.
offseason?
Hell no. They're not
They
doing
might
it.
have to do the Broncos, man, and just eat up that dead money, man.
They
That's a
just
lot.
restructured his deal. He ain't going anywhere. Here's the thing. If you cut Deshaun with how much dead cap he's gonna have, you have to trade away some of your high expense pieces at that point.
Yeah, but their win now window is gone, in my opinion, because they're not winning with Deshaun. They're just going to be in purgatory.
They
Either they're going to
I
be 10 wins or they're going to be 3. There's no in between. And even
can
if
I
they win 10, they're not going to. No. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, can I say something I think is pretty bold too? I think Myles Garrett gets traded in the offseason.
That's really bold. What makes you think that? Also, I'm not a Miles Garrett fan. Probably would be Depoy if they were good.
Oh yeah. What's that meme of EDP where it's like, "Get the f out of here, bitch!" Woo! That's how it'd be about Myles Garrett. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That would
I
be
like
me
the
if he,
one. Um, you probably don't know Real Easy. I know you heard the meme before. He was like, "I'm sick of her ass."
oh yeah.
Yo,
That would be me with Myles Garrett. Get him
yo.
out. But if Deshaun gets cut and they draft a rookie quarterback, I can see Miles wanting out because he's almost 30. I think he's going to be 30 soon. I know he's
Yeah,
29, but I don't know if he's
yeah.
30 yet. Anyways, and he hasn't won anything, like even sniffed it. So I think he's going to want to win.
hmm
We heard the rumors of him going to Detroit in the middle of the season.
Honestly, the capital that they could get for him is significant. 2 first at the least.
I was going to say 2 1s at the minimum.
Because he
And hey,
has, as far as trade value, I mean, I wouldn't say quarterback, because quarterbacks nowadays probably go for 3 or 4, like NBA type level. But
yeah.
yeah, 2 first for sure at the minimum.
Yeah, I think he's getting at least 2 1s. And quite frankly, I mean, if you're going to eat that much money, like this would be more than what Denver ate.
hmm
So if you're just punting, why not trade him and get a bunch of draft picks
I
to
agree.
rebuild your roster?
I agree.
I think if they cut Watson and eat all that money, I think they might nuke the roster.
But now that I'm looking at this order, bro, I mean, I know it might change within this last week as well. We'll see. So it's not like set in stone. But if Cleveland's not taking a quarterback, that means Tennessee is going to be the only one, which means that New York can still get Shador or Cam. And if they're so worried, if they stay at 4, if they're so worried about it, they can jump to 3 and make sure they get one of them. Because we all know New England's not taking one because Drake May's their quarterback.
I think the Giants are going to trade up to 1
They
personally.
would have to give up significant cap.
Either 1 or 2.
Because, like, I'm about to say, even with that 4th, they're still going to give up at least a second and something else.
Dude,
A second and a good player, maybe.
to move from 4 to 2 is going to cost you a 1.
You think a 1?
Yeah. Now, I I don't know how high they are on Cam Ward, but like if it's like dealer's choice between Shadur and Cam, and neither of them go in the first 2 picks, I can see New York sitting at 4 and just taking whoever's left.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's what I'm thinking.
if Titans shock everybody and take Cam Ward, I can see the Giants panic and want to move up to 3 to get Shadur.
But like you
There's
were
no,
saying, a quarterback isn't going to fix all of Tennessee's.
but with how bad Joe Shane's been as the GM, if he leaves this first round without a quarterback, he'll be shot in the head in the middle of New York.
Yo.
You think I'm kidding?
Yo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They
You're
will
right.
they will use the guillotine on that guy in
Thought you were gonna
Times
say they
Square.
would
If
euthanize him. I was about to cry.
you think I'm kidding? With how bad the Giants have been this year, and he leaves the first round without a quarterback,
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
so
Massacre. It's gonna be
the fifth
mafia
pick is
style
the
execution.
the fifth pick is the Jaguars,
Yeah,
and they're
Jaguars.
projected to take Mason Graham, the D line from Michigan. I really like that.
I got to do my research before the draft because I'm not even other than the quarterbacks and the wide receivers. I don't know any prospects.
I
And
know like
some,
the first round guys.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you
Ooh,
do. I don't know too
Chicago at
many.
9 taking Will Campbell from LSU. I like that.
I got us taking. I got us taking a wide receiver.
No,
Ooh, other than corner and wide receiver, I don't know what we would need.
I think you need a corner.
But I
Is
feel
this a
like
good corner class
I
though?
feel like it's the top heavy class because is Will Johnson going to be? I know he's hurt, but is he going to
Will
declare it?
Johnson's gonna go top 10.
And then you got.
You
I'm
got
trying to think of who else.
Ben Morrison from
You
Notre
got
Dame.
Travis Hunter.
He's gonna go 1.
You said who from Notre Dame?
Ben Morris.
Okay.
Trying to see who else. No, there's no one really available around where
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm
guys would
saying.
pick.
So we going receiver. There's going to be tons of receivers.
Amike Ibuka is what I'm seeing.
From Ohio State, I would take him.
Yeah.
He's a good route runner.
Trying to see who else is like.
Oh, I know who might. Kobe Bryant. I don't think he'll be top though.
I'm not even seeing him on these mocks.
Maybe he doesn't declare this year. Is he young? Then I'm thinking. No, Kobe Bryant. Yeah, but yeah, he might not be like top. He's going to be a top corner in this class. At least top 10, I feel.
Ooh, the Jets getting Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas. I like that. There's a lot of good fits on here. Niners taking an edge rusher is unless they're looking to move off of somebody.
You know what the
I think the
scariest
Niners,
thing I heard was?
huh?
I heard Bryce like 2 days ago say, N'Keal Harry back to the Patriots. I said, what? Turns out he was talking about his Madden franchise.
Oh.
I was like, wait, what? No way.
Oh no, James Pierce Jr. falling all the way to the Bengals would be a nightmare.
Who's him?
The edge rusher from Tennessee that's really good.
Okay.
If he falls all the way to Cincinnati, I might cry.
Like they need more edge. They're about to lose Trey Hendrickson because he's over it.
They have the Ravens taking an offensive lineman.
Trey
I'm good with
Hendrickson
that.
is over it. Do y'all need one? What y'all need? A guard? What you need?
Dude, yeah, we got the worst guard duo in the league, but
Y'all
that's
got
the
Ricard
tankathon.
starting that online or what?
Nah, he's fullback.
Okay.
That's our tankathon coverage. And now to the opposite of the tankathon. Going to the Super Bowl. I know which matchup I want the least, which means that it's
Are we
going to
going
happen.
AFC picks and NFC picks?
Oh, I'm not like making my official declaration yet, but
I'll make mine.
the-
Shoot.
the Super Bowl I want the least is the Eagles and the Chiefs. So I know we're getting Eagles and Chiefs.
That's your prediction.
Unfortunately.
Mine, I'm probably going to go. You know, it would be a really fun Super Bowl? Baltimore and Philly.
No.
That would be a fun Super Bowl.
Fun Super Bowl would be Baltimore and the Lions.
No, that would be really fun, but realistically, the Lions are too hurt and can't stop a cold on defense, and everybody they play scores 38 points. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. If you would have told me before all these injuries, I would have thought for sure the Lions were going to go to the Super Bowl this year.
And I'm not trusting Minnesota, only because I
No.
know roster-wise they could. But I hate to say this, I'm not a Sam Darnold believer yet. He gonna have to show me. I don't know if this year is just an outlier. I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's better than he's been. He's played pretty good this year.
What do you do if you're Minnesota?
Yeah, because you still got JJ McCarthy. Do you re-sign? Because is it a 2-year or 1 year with Sam Darnold?
1 year. You really
You-
going to pay
you gotta
Sam Darnold
re-sign him.
50 mil?
You have to re-sign him.
I know.
You have to. He's 27.
I know.
Yeah.
I think they're going to franchise tag him. They have.
And
They're
the man's
allowed to
thrown
do
for
that.
35 touchdowns this season.
He hasn't played bad at all. I'm not saying he has. It's just like you said, like the body of work is left some to be desired. So
Yeah.
and plus you just
You
spent
know-
the 10th overall pick.
He's having a Baker Mayfield type season to me.
Yeah, and Baker got paid and continues to ball.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a Sam Darnold. Maybe Minnesota can't afford it because
They're paying Justin quarterback money.
Yeah, so they might not be able to pay an actual quarterback money.
That's
So I
why they
think
drafted JJ McCarthy because they
That's what I'm
wanted to
saying.
pay Justin quarterback money.
I think they just got to take it as is for this year. Just be like, if it's an outlier, we're not gonna be able to afford to bring him back. So if it's all or nothing this year, if they don't win it this year, this is probably their best chance.
Well, here's the thing, right? With how weak the quarterback draft class is, Sam is going to get 50-some million if he hits free agency. So I think they're going to franchise tag him, personally.
You know what's also going to piss me off? The Chiefs are going to be 16-1, and this is probably the worst I've seen them play in a year.
Dude, they were they could have won that Buffalo game. Can you imagine if they won that and went undefeated.
I don't understand because watching their games, they don't look good. It is
It's
so
black
baffling
magic,
to
dude.
me.
They should have
I
lost six
can't
or
say
seven
they
games.
don't beat good teams because they beat good teams too. I don't understand it.
Pittsburgh did not look like a good team against them. I tell you that much.
Pittsburgh hasn't looked like a good team in 3 or 4 weeks.
Dude, I knew as soon as they scored and then they called it back for holding, I knew Russ was turning that
What
son
type
of
of
bitch
game it
over.
was going to be? Yeah, bro. I was
I
like,
knew
oh
that.
my
I knew
freaking
Russ was
gosh.
turning that thing over.
Oh, throw him a pick? Yeah, because he did it against y'all. I already knew what was going on. I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to throw this ball. It's going to be a pick. Oh, look, he's staring down Pat Fryermuth in the middle of the freaking end zone. Okay, let's not get into it yet because it's going to piss me off. Oh, it didn't ruin my Christmas, though, because I had already expected it.
It ruined Miss Hizzy's Christmas. I can promise you that.
Yeah. I turned
Just,
it off.
bro, just nuclear meltdown at the dinner table.
Yeah, dog, we were at my uncle's house. Man, I said, I ain't watching it. I went upstairs and ate some cake.
Man, she shut my laptop so fast, dude. Just meltdown.
We had it on a big screen downstairs in the Washington Commanders basement. Shout out to them,
Man.
too. They're my pick at it. And not to win the bowl, but who I'm going to be following in playoffs. It's going to be them.
Dude,
Like,
Penix versus Jaden Daniels was exciting.
was a great game. I watched that whole game.
That was exciting.
Yeah. Penix, he's, again, y'all got to understand this man's a rookie. Like, we get that he's an old rookie, but a rookie is a rookie. You still got to get used to the speed of the game. This is second game starting, sorry.
25-year-old rookie
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah. Second game starting. Also, you see Kenny Pickett? Did you see the one play where he held on to the ball while he was throwing and it ended up being a fumble?
Bull flip.
Yo, he's so bad, bro. Oh,
Y'all
my
spent the
gosh.
one on him.
I didn't want him. You already know I didn't want him. I said it then. I'll say it now. Did not want that man.
Who could you guys have had instead of Kenny Pickett?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. What we got?
I don't want to talk about it. We say it every year. We do this every year.
Pick number 20, Kenny Pickett. You could have had Trent McDuffie. So you could have prevented the Chiefs from having Trent McDuffie. Thanks for that. Quay Walker, Green Bay. Tyler Linderbaum, a really good center.
We got a really
Jermaine
good center
Johnson.
now, though, in fairness.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could have had like a all-pro level center. Devontae Wyatt. I mean, you have Keanu Benton, but still, that would have been a really good defensive tackle. George Karlaftis, elite edge rusher for the Chiefs, who also could have been prevented. You probably wouldn't have drafted an edge rusher, but that's still an elite player on the board.
Did we get Herbig? No, that was 20. Who did we draft 20? That was Herbig, no? In the late
Could have
round?
had Christian Watson,
No, that wasn't Herbig. I forgot who we drafted that freaking guy.
Kyler Gordon,
Oh!
Jalen Petrie.
All right, let's stop. You know who also could have had back in 2016, 2017? Lamar Jackson. But guess what? We wanted to hold on to old Big Ben.
I will say, shout out to you guys. You did make the right pick because there was a run of receivers in the second round. You want to hear these names?
Okay.
So out of all these receivers who went in the second round, who would you rather have? Christian Watson, Wan'Dale Robinson, John Mechie, Tyquan Thornton, Alec Pierce, Sky Moore, or George Pickens?
George Pickens out of all of them, but if I had to make a second choice, it'd probably be Alec Pierce.
Oh no, I'm saying George Pickens is better than all of them combined.
Oh no, he
So at
is.
least
I'm
you got
saying.
that
I'm saying
one right.
if he had gotten drafted, I had to make a second choice. It'd be Alec Pierce. Probably.
But I'm saying at least you guys got that one right because you completely
heck yeah.
whiffed on your first round pick.
Heck yeah.
Oh man, but don't worry, we'll get to dogging on the Steelers later. But yeah, Christmas was great for me, except for the fact that Zay Flowers screwed me in the fantasy championship, asshole.
As in,
It hurt.
he whooped you, or like?
No, it hurts more when your favorite player is one of the main reasons why you lost. He only put up 5 points.
Oh, yeah, it was the Derrick Henry show, and also
You know
Lamar breaking out on like that 50-yard run. Oh my gosh,
And he said he was jogging.
he looked like it, dog.
He dusted that safety and he was jogging.
I don't think Lamar is as fast as when he first came in the league, but he's still fast.
I told Haley, I said, Lamar, it's a good thing he probably didn't run it because if he ran like a 4.28, nobody would have took him at quarterback.
Oh, you thought? Yeah, I forgot he didn't run combine. Yeah, he just threw.
Yeah, he would have ran like a 4.28.
Yeah,
I know he said
by his cover because
I
his
know they
last college
said-
game was awful. But
They said that he ran one once the Ravens already drafted him because they asked him to.
what they say he ran, or was it undisclosed?
He only agreed to do it if it was done in private.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he probably.
So
I'd say he was 4-3 for
at
sure.
least.
For sure.
But Ravens are a wagon right now. The defense has got figured it out. I'm glad I didn't give up on Zach Orr yet. I was getting close. I was getting real close.
Hmm.
But I'm glad I didn't because they figured it out. They're cooking right now.
All you guys need to do is beat Cleveland, and you get their vision is yours for the second year in a freaking row.
Honestly, you guys could end up facing Houston, which is a very winnable game.
I would want Houston. I don't. Again, if it's not Houston, which it will be, just because of how it's all shaking out, because you guys are going to be division winners. I don't think we're going to be any less than fifth, because we still would have tiebreaker over Broncos and Chargers.
Can you please, for the love of God, beat the Bengals? Can you just please handle business so I can stop hearing about it?
Can I be real, bro? I don't think it's going to happen, even in Pittsburgh.
Dude, Haley said the same thing.
I'm being so for real. They're so hot right now. I
And the
honestly
Steelers are
wouldn't
so
be
not.
surprised. Yeah, bro. I would not be surprised. I
All
think
right, I'm
Bengals are
done.
going to make it in, and I don't think anybody wants to see them when they get in.
So you think Carl Wentz is gonna beat old Denver? If the Chiefs with Carson Wentz beat the Broncos, the Broncos don't
No,
deserve to be in. If you lose to
I don't
if you
think
lose
so.
to Carson Wentz, you don't deserve to be in.
Yeah, and the only reason Houston's in is because they won the freaking division.
Dude, Pat McAfee dropped a nuke on the Colts. Did you see that? You didn't see that tweet? Oh my God, he dropped a nuke on the Colts.
No, he went off.
Oh my God. Let me see if I can pull it up. I wonder. God, I hope it shows up. Oh, dude, he just went absolutely nuclear. So, if I say, if I say the F word, sorry in advance for those listening, but I'm gonna read it verbatim because it's Pat McAfee. You should expect this. He said, I've said what I believe to be the truth about the team, and a bunch of, quote, Colts fans on the internet were trying to get me booed out of the city. Current players who have won nothing during their entire tenures started using me in my face to try and paint me as the enemy in the city I've committed my life to. And in the end, everything went just like I fucking said it would. In the biggest moments, everybody with a brain knew they'd crack, and they did. A blind person could see the red flags on this team. And he starts
Oof.
listing all these things. And he said, That's literally the only thing you need to tell someone who knows ball, and they could tell you everything about this team. Quote, hey, franchise quarterback, who's a professional athlete getting paid millions of dollars in the face of a multi-billion-dollar franchise, tapped out of a game because he was tired.
Oof.
And to the surprise of nobody, that was the response by everybody who's ever played, coached the game before. But Colts blogs and fans who have been covering the Colts since 2020 and more recent knew better than everybody, started personally attacking me and trying to kick me out of town.
Hmm.
I'm just jumping to the crazy parts. Oh yeah, he said, when I said Joe Flacco gives us a better chance to win than AR immediately tapped after the tap out, I would have said whatever backup quarterback we had on the roster, that can't be what the face of your team is doing, just can't be. And to be into a bigger aspect of it all, somehow AR thought it was okay to do that. That's a locker room issue, that's a culture issue, that's an indicator of a loser attitude radiating through a
Jeez.
building that was built by greats.
Jeez. I don't think I ever heard him talk like that. He is hot.
And then here's the last thing. This is the craziest part. As a multiple year season ticket holder, and I'm not renewing, and someone who has actively daily attempted to be an additive to this beautiful city, I hope they become a good franchise again. This city deserves it. The OGs in the Colts building deserve it. He's talking about equipment managers, trainers, ticketing, PR, etc.
Hmm.
He said, on the flip side, the players, coaches in that building deserve whatever happens to them. Your unwarranted arrogance, laziness, and lack of professionalism has led you to another early vacation, which is probably what most of you entitled bums have been hoping for.
Oh,
Drop the nuke.
yo. Yeah, he ain't coming back for a minute, bro. You ain't seen Pat at the games for a minute, bro.
Dropped an absolute
Jeez.
nuke. And then on his show when he was addressing it, he said I can't wait to watch Colts games from my couch for thousands of dollars cheaper.
Jeez. Yeah, he's not lying, bro.
Oh man, but that's a long-winded wind-up for
Just paying for
that.
torture.
Yeah, that division is trash. So the Texans, even though they've been playing like trash, which is so crazy considering how they were, myself included, I thought for sure they were going deep in the playoffs. But
Hmm.
that line has regressed, which has caused Stroud to regress as well.
Which I don't mind. I'd like taking them in the playoffs. I don't even care if it's at Houston.
Dude, I don't want to play the Chargers.
I don't want to play the Chargers or the Broncos right now. I'll be real with you.
Oh, I'm all for playing the Broncos.
You said that last time. I don't know, man. I'm not saying that. Well, again, two different teams. I don't want to play them, but you guys would be fine because you guys are hot right now. I think you guys can play anybody and be fine.
I'm only scared about Buffalo and Kansas City.
I wouldn't even be scared of Buffalo. I think more KC.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Well, Buffalo already locked up the 2 seed, so if we win, we're going to Kansas City. So, well, no, we got to play Buffalo and then we got to play Kansas City on top. Oh my God!
You would host the playoff game though. First, you're a division winner more than likely
so
if you take care of business against the Browns.
If it holds up as is right now, we'll play the Chargers, and if we beat them, and then we have to play the Bills unless the Bills get upset. Then we play the second lowest team, which would either be the Texans or the Steelers, and then we would play Kansas City. So we don't see Kansas City till the AFC Championship game, except this time it's in Arrowhead.
Well, wouldn't you play one of the lower seed teams first? I feel like you would see us before you saw Buffalo or Kansas City.
So,
just because they're leading their divisions.
So we'll face Chargers first, and let's say all the division winners win wild card weekend. So then Houston would go to Kansas City, and then we would have to face Buffalo. Because Houston's the lowest would be the lowest seed. Whatever is the lowest seed remaining goes to Kansas City.
Okay.
So.
Oh dang! At least so if we beat Texans, we guaranteed go KC.
Unless Chargers or Broncos win.
Hey, as long as we win a playoff game, I'm good. I know we're gonna lose that second one to KC. It's all good, man.
If you guys go down to Houston and lose by 3 touchdowns, is Mike Tomlin getting fired?
No,
really?
They're too stubborn for that.
By 3 touchdowns?
No, don't get me wrong. I'm stuck in purgatory too because I don't want him fired because I know how bad we'll be. But at the same time, we're kind of capped right now. We're capped at 10-7 in first round exits every year. I'm so tired of it.
Sometimes things have got to get worse before they get better.
Bro, don't give me that. He would get picked up in -2 seconds, bro.
Oh, yeah. If you fired him today, he would have been signed yesterday.
Oh, man.
I will say, watching him on Hard Knocks has been absolute gold.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And
bro, did you see the scene? Did you see the scene of him and Terrell Austin breaking down defensive film and he kicks up his feet with the Hokas eating the Fritos?
Yes, bro. I like this dude here. Yo, George Pickens is comedy.
Oh my God, he's hilarious. He just doesn't give a shit. So speaking of George Pickens, if he never hurts his hammy, do you win any of those 3 games?
Our best bet would have been against y'all, I feel. Only because that was still a game until the pick 6.
Dude, when we threw the pick before the pick 6, I was like, oh, we're cooked.
Yeah, that's the only game I feel would have been winnable. Eagles just played very, very well, and we couldn't stop them. Their passing game was crazy because our secondary's been hurt for the past couple of games. Even with our secondary hurt, we played y'all pretty well. Again, y'all are a really good team, and we made too many mistakes against y'all, and especially down a couple people. It wasn't. Of course, it turned ugly. I wasn't surprised that it turned ugly. But no, out of those 3, I would probably say definitely y'all, and that's just based off of us being in the same division and playing each other tough no matter what. Because that game was still close until like end of the 3rd.
Yeah, I think you guys only played us close because we're division opponents. If we only saw you guys once every 4 years, I think we would have blown you out that game.
Yeah.
But dude, that Russell Wilson fumble was crazy. Why did he not slide on that? He got rocked.
Bro, he's testing my patience, bro.
Oh man, but when I said what I said in the beginning of the season, oh, I'm a hater. Yeah.
He's still better than Kenny Pickett. It's just the fact that
I never said Kenny Pickett was better than him.
No, I'm just saying he's better than what I had, and that's exactly what I said. And he still is. That still rings true.
It does ring true.
My gosh, put Jay Fields back in. At least he can run something.
Well, Justin Fields was inactive.
I know. I think he's still got like an abdominal or something.
I'm just saying, Russell Wilson's not a Hall of Famer.
Nah. He's still a hofer, bro. Still a hofer.
How? How can you say that?
You can fall off a cliff and still be a hoper. You ain't going to
Oh
say Peyton
my!
Manning wasn't. You ain't say Peyton Manning wasn't. That's your favorite quarterback.
Peyton Manning fell off at 40. This dude fell off at 32.
Actually, he's like 36, but
No, but I'm counting the Denver years.
Denver year was only one bad year. His other year in Denver wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it
The
wasn't Hall of
Hackett year was
Famer.
terrible, but
It
the other
wasn't a
year
Hall
wasn't
of
bad.
Fame
He was
year.
like he was 29 and 14. That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. That's not a Hall of Famer though.
Dog, I'm not just because it's 2 years. I'm not just throwing away the rest of his resume.
Dude, if he doesn't find Seattle Russell Wilson form before the end of his career, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Dog, I can't do that off of 2 years, Cole. I
Dude,
can't.
I'm telling you, if he never finds it, I'm not saying this year, I'm saying in general, if he never finds it again. When's the last time Russell Wilson's been a top 10 quarterback?
I ain't gonna lie, it's been like 3 years.
All right then.
Yeah.
Top 10 quarterbacks don't make the Hall of Fame. Top 5 do.
I
That's like
don't
if
know,
Russell
man.
Wilson gets in, bro, that's like putting Joe Flacco in and
They
putting
put
Matt Ryan in.
they put Teddy Bradshaw in or Terry Bradshaw in.
That's because of the rings. It's
Exactly. So,
It's the same thing
no.
with Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman's only in because he has 3 rings.
That's what I'm saying, but they're still hofers, bro. He got stats better than both of them. You can't say he's not a hofer.
But Russ only has 1 ring, so he doesn't.
He has a ring. There are people who's going to be a Hall who has less, probably.
Dude, if Russell Wilson gets in, you have to put Joe Flacco in. Same
I don't know.
thing.
I don't know about that.
It's the same thing. Same
Nah,
amount of
he's been
Super
greater for
Bowls.
long. He's been greater for longer than Joe Flacco, though.
Joe Flacco was top 10 till he was top 10 for like 10 years.
Oof, I think that's a Ravens fans thing to say.
I'm just saying they have the same amount of Super Bowls, and Flacco is a Super Bowl MVP. Russell Wilson does not have that. Just saying. I like Russ. I think he's a good dude. I'm just saying I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this, right? You hear me?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. You're putting Dan Marino in the Hall, right? Dan Marino's in the Hall. I don't know how Russell Wilson's not in the Hall.
Oh boy.
Dan's never won a ring, bro. If you want to go with ring count, with rings and
I don't
whatever else,
I think rings and wins are a team stat, not a quarterback stat, personally.
bro. I'm just saying.
Russ has got to find that form. He hasn't been good enough for long enough.
A decade plus of top 10 play is Hall of Fame worthy, in my opinion.
He's Hall of very good. I don't think he's Hall of Fame.
No, Kirk Cousins is Hall of very good. I wouldn't even put him in. Matt Ryan is Hall of very good. I think Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers are the definition of Hall of very good.
I
I'm not.
agree.
I think he's better than both of them. I'm not putting him in their category.
I think Phillip Rivers is better.
That's an opinion, and I'm not mad at it.
But I do think Russell Wilson had a better career than Matt Ryan. I will give you that.
And Matt Ryan's Hall of very good, is he not?
Oh, no, he is.
Okay.
I'm not saying Matt
That's
Ryan
all I'm
should
saying.
get in.
That's all I'm saying. I get where you're coming from. And like I said, I don't.
I just
I'm-
hold Hall of Fame to a higher prestige that I think than most people.
That's because everybody's getting it nowadays. I don't hold it to as high as they used to.
I think I'd still hold it to the old school prestige.
Yeah, I get that.
Like thinking about him sharing a room with like other greats.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Because like the
as far as-
finalists this year, I don't know if all of them are Hall of Famers. Yeah, I think the Steelers are just having their typical end of year collapse. They
Oh, yeah.
jump out to a really hot start, and then Mike Tomlin just forgets how to win in December.
Yeah,
and then-
which is again, not saying Mike Tomlin's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Easily.
But we're not going to act like he didn't inherit a really good team when he first came into the league.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He hasn't won a Super Bowl like with his own team.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I guess that you could use that as a knock. It's not to say that he hasn't had any talented rosters, and I keep going back to it, and you already know what I'm going to go to. There's no reason for you to have the most talented trio, one of the most talented trios in NFL history, and not win a ring.
I don't know how the Killer Bees didn't win a ring.
It's so crazy. To this day, it makes me sick to my stomach thinking about it. I'm so serious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know how the Killer Bees didn't win, but trying to think of what else we got. We got the Chiefs doing their typical bullshit, getting away with it. NFC is pretty much Lions, Eagles, Vikings, which I think I thought the Packers were in that conversation until the game against the Vikings.
They're confusing because I feel like they can compete with anybody. It's just they don't finish games.
Yeah, like I love the rooting for the Packers.
They can compete
but
with anybody, bro. They just don't finish games.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they don't start games well.
Not at all. They're a
That's
very
their,
slow team.
I think that's their bigger problem.
Yeah, and against better teams, you're not going to come back every time.
No, God no. But trying to think of, because I love Baker and the Bucks. They're gonna win maybe one game. I don't think their Rams are gonna.
It
win
depends
a game.
on who the Bucks get first round too.
Yeah, that's why I said maybe.
Yeah.
But
If they
honestly,
get the Rams or somebody, I could see them
well, the
maybe. And
Rams are
even
gonna
the
win their
Rams.
division.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh shoot! So they're going to be okay. But
Honestly,
Rams got to be 4 though, right?
I think right now it's either them or the Bucks are 4. But if the Vikings and the Packers play the Bucks and the Rams, we could be seeing 3 NFC North teams in the Final Four.
Yeah, which would
That
be
would be
wild.
insane.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
But yeah, so playoffs are getting ready to kick off here soon. This week 18 slate, these slates the past couple weeks have been absolute crap because there's so many bad teams.
Yeah, I feel like end of the year gets worse unless it's like a regular season finale where playoffs are on the line. Other than that, end of the year gets really bad as far as like how the games are.
Dude, there are 9 teams that have 4 wins or less.
Yeah,
That's so bad.
yeah.
We're gonna get a freaking 9-8 team in the playoffs this year.
Which, if it's the Bengals, it's going to be very entertaining. But anybody
Ugh.
else, ugh.
Dolphins would get massacred, and then the Broncos. I think the Broncos have a puncher's chance, but I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, they're one of those sneakily could win one and then just get blown up in the next round,
Yeah, but
just like us.
But yeah, I think that's all from me on the NFL playoffs because that's getting ready to get started here soon.
You want to get into picks and close this thing out?
I wasn't sure if we were doing picks or not.
We haven't done picks in a while. We could do picks and just not do the score because like we already know that you were winning by a long shot.
We could do locks of the week. We could do
Yeah,
like
let's
our
do locks of the week. Yeah, let's do
All
that. Yeah, and close this thing out. We got
Dude, the
that.
Ravens are 17.5-point favorites
And who are you guys playing?
at home against the Browns.
That's a real thing. 17 and a half.
Yes.
I don't know if I would take that.
That's actually insane.
That's kind of wild. Like I think y'all are gonna beat them pretty handily, but I don't know about 17 and a half.
Ooh, the Steelers are home dogs. You know Mike Tomlin's stat as a home dog.
Yeah, we usually win
Very-
those, but we'll see.
He's like 20 something and like 6 as home
Yeah.
dogs.
That's what I said. Very good, but we'll see. All right,
Dude.
you wanna
Looking at these games, these are such bad games.
you on ESPN? What are you on? We don't have
I'm
to do lines or anything since we're not doing the spread, but we can just go like who we think will win for each one.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to
You-
write them down because it's pretty
Yeah,
in
no,
hand.
no need. Okay, so we'll start Bengals Steelers.
Yeah, because the Ravens and the Steelers both play on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. We
think
play
that's
at. I thought we played 4:30. You guys play 4:30.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ravens are
Mm.
definitely winning this game.
Yeah. So, who do you? Okay, real quick. Bengals Steelers go, and then we'll go
To
Browns
win?
Ravens. Yeah,
How
I'm
did
telling
you
you right
guys-
now. I'm picking Bengals.
How did you guys beat the Bengals last time? How did you win that game?
Literally scored with them, and then Joe Burrow turned the ball over like 3 times. Joe Burrow's going to turn the ball over against us. He does it every game he plays us.
Like, my gut says Bengals, but like, Mike Tomlin is a home dog.
Everybody's gut's going to say Cincy, especially since they're hot, which also might work
Yeah.
in our favor.
I'll take the Steelers, man. Mike Tomlin as a home dog is really good.
I'm going to take the Bengals because every time you pick the Steelers and I pick the opposite team, we end up winning. So yeah, I'll go Bengals.
Panthers and Falcons. Falcons will win that game.
Yeah,
I think that's
I'm going
pretty easy.
Falcons.
Commanders at Cowboys.
Give me
Commanders
Commanders.
are yep. Bears at Packers. Give me the Packers. I think the Packers will cover that spread too. I think that's
Yeah,
lock
8
of
and
the
a half.
week.
Yeah, I think so too. The Bears suck.
That's my lock of the week. Texans and Titans is a pick'em game. I wonder if the Texans are gonna rest. I wonder if that's why it's a
Give
pick'em
me
game.
if Texans rest, give me Titans.
I think they
not
are.
like that game matters. I was about to say not like that game matters. They won the division. They're what 4th anyway.
I feel
Regardless.
like the Titans are a poverty franchise who don't know how to tank correctly. So give me the Titans. Jaguars at Colts. Give me the Jaguars because they don't know how to tank correctly either.
Give me the Colts.
Really, after Pat McAfee dropped a nuke on them.
Yeah.
Bills at Patriots. The Bills are resting, but the Patriots know how to tank correctly. So give me the Bills.
I was about to say I honestly think the Patriots might end off on a high note. So I'm gonna say give me the Patriots.
No, I promise you, Jonathan Kraft is going in that coach's office, grabbing Gerard Mayo by his shirt and shoving him against the wall, and is like, "Hey, you son of a bitch! If you win
You
this
better not
game
mess
and
this up for me.
you cost me Travis Hunter, I swear to God." like some high school bully stuff. Just has his dumbass son in there with him, like, Dad, what are
That'd
you
be
doing?
funny.
All right, Giants at Eagles. Eagles will be
Give me the
resting.
Giants.
Yep. Give me the
Hell
Giants.
nah,
They
give
don't.
me the Eagles. Kenny Pickett all the way, baby.
Nah, give me the Giants. They don't know how to tank correctly.
This would
Saints
be a
at
game they
Bucks.
win.
Oh yeah, Saints at Bucks. Give me the Bucks. That's pretty easy.
Give me the Bucks.
Okay, Denver is 11-point favorites against the Chiefs.
Yeah, hell no. I don't even care. I don't care if they're resting their starters, which we know they are. No way. Not 11
So
points. I'm sorry.
I want Cincinnati to be out of the playoffs, which means they're going to be in the playoffs, and that means the Chiefs have to win. So sure, the Chiefs will win this one.
So if we win, Chiefs beat Broncos since he's eliminated, or I think if we win, since he's out regardless, right? Because they got to win out.
Since he's out regardless, it then comes down to if the Dolphins beat the Jets. If the Dolphins beat the Jets and the Broncos lose, the Dolphins are in.
It'd be nice this week.
All right, Chargers at Raiders. Chargers are going to win that game.
Yeah.
The only good thing about the Raiders is Brock Bowers. Next up, we got the Seahawks at the Rams. This is potentially for the division.
Give me the Rams.
Yeah, give me the Rams too. How are the Seahawks 5-point favorites? What the hell? Who's out for the Rams?
Got to be somebody significant. If it's 5-point favorites, got to be.
Dolphins at the Jets. Dolphins should win that game. Although Aaron Rodgers would love to play spoiler, so.
Yeah. And
Niners
at Miami. Jets have just been that bad this year.
Yeah. Niners at Cardinals. I'll take the Cardinals. Brock Purdy's not going to play, so I'll take the Cardinals.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, have you seen the stuff with Garrett Wilson? He might be gone.
I think he's only going to be gone if Devontae Adams comes back. I think he wants to be a 1 wherever he goes.
He can come to Pittsburgh and be a 1.
And then Sunday Night Football, the best game of the week by far, Vikings at Lions. I think the Lions are winning this game.
This is for division?
This is for the 1 seed.
Oh, this is 1. Oh, yeah, because Minnesota. Yeah, you're right. Oh, give me the Lions.
Me too. So, besides the Lions and Vikings game and the Bengals and Steelers, I don't know if there's another good game this week.
Other than if you want to say Seahawks and Rams, yeah, I was about to say.
That's sad. We have 3 good games this week.
Yeah, this is how it is at the end of the year.
That's pitiful. Have some pride, guys. All right. Well, you got anything else you want to hit before we get out of here?
Just want to say thank you to the people. Feels good to be back, man.
It's great to have you
rambling.
back, dude. Man, solo pod is hard.
My boy. I know, man. That's why I had to give you your flowers at the beginning, man, for holding it down while I was gone doing my stuff. But nah, you're a real one, bro. I love you. I appreciate that we get to do this. I appreciate you guys for still rocking with us and making this worth it. But yeah, that's all I got. Go Steelers, even though we suck.
Oh yeah, I missed you, bro. It's significantly more fun for me when we're both doing this rather than solo potting. So I'm obviously very happy to have you back, but I'm also very happy that you are making big moves in life. So great to have you back. Let's get this thing rolling. 2025 is going to be a big year for the pod. We already released our first big interview with former Philadelphia Philly left-handed reliever Kyle Doey. Amazing conversation. If you haven't checked it out yet, please make sure to do that. Yeah, that was an amazing conversation. But we got big things planned up. We got some things cooking. Got some big things planned for 2025. So yeah, appreciate y'all, and let's hang on for the ride. All right, we'll catch y'all next week. See ya.